Yo, what's up, Point here, and welcome to a video that I've been putting off for like a week now. I don't know why I've been putting this video off for so long. I've had all the footage for fucking a couple days now. I got nothing. But anyway, so as the title suggests, this is a video talking about what I would like to see in the potential Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes. Now, I know you might be thinking about how the Sonic Adventure 2 remakes were apparently cancelled. There is a chance that they might happen still. If you want more details on that, I did a video about it, I think, oh my god, well, it was like a week or two ago now, but I did do a video on it talking about it. Basically, long story short, Zebbo's a fucking liar and made up a bunch of shit. As I said, just go watch the fucking video if you want to know what happened. But anyway, I thought it would be fun to make a video talking about how I think they, well, not how I think they should do the remakes. It's not like a how I would remake Sonic Adventure thing. It's just a couple improvements and changes that I would like to see done. And I just want to say, for the Sonic Adventure 1 footage in this video, I used mods that changed Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy's models to be the modern ones, and the Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles ones worked fine, but the Amy one was from somebody who just started modding the game recently, so there's a lot of points where the model starts glitching out, so just be aware of that. So without further ado, let's begin with Sonic Adventure 1. Now let's go through this gameplay style by gameplay style. There are obviously shit like the hub worlds and stuff like that, but to be honest, I wouldn't really change much about those. The only real thing I can think to add to the hub worlds is maybe a mini-map. I know the game had a map, but a mini-map would be kind of interesting. Then again, you don't really want to take up too much screen space. So, I don't know. Make it a little more obvious that the map is there. Like, maybe have like some, like, I don't know, if you're gonna bring Tikal back, maybe have something where Tikal tells you there's a map, where sort of that if you ever get lost in the hub worlds, you can use that. I don't know, because a lot of people don't know that map is there. Like, even I forget it's there half the fucking time whenever I'm playing through the game. So that's all I would really add to the hub worlds. But I guess we're going to be going about the gameplay styles. Let's start out with Sonic's gameplay style. So with Sonic gameplay style, there's really not all that much that I would change. The only real thing that I can think that I would want to change would be to make the Lightspeed Dash instant rather than having to charge it up. But even if I was to do that, like, I still think they should have like an option, so that's not like mandatory. If people prefer having to charge it up, that the option's there. But I don't know. That's the only real thing I would think to add, and make it I can't speak. Make it be on a second button rather than just being the way it was in Adventure 2. So instead of hitting X, which is the same button you do to do the spin dash, because if that's how it worked in Adventure 1, the spin dash wouldn't work. Like, have it be on Y or something. I'm talking with Xbox controls here, so on PlayStation it would be with triangle, and with Nintendo it would be X. So yeah, that's basically how I would do it. Aside from that, Sonic's gameplay doesn't really need all that much changed. His gameplay was fucking great in that game. For Tails' gameplay, once again, there's really not all that much I want to change here. His gameplay is fucking great. I did see somebody bring up on the Game Banana that they would like Tails and Knuckles both to have spin dashes, but I really don't think that would work. Somebody was asking to see if it was possible to mod, and Main Memory said it was damn near impossible, and yeah, I can imagine that being impossible. That's not really the point. Yeah, as I said, there's not really much I would change with Tails' gameplay at all. I think his gameplay is fine. I think it's actually one of the better gameplay styles in the game, so that's, yeah. When it comes to Knuckles gameplay, once again, and I don't mean to sound redundant here, but there's really not much I would change. I think the only real thing I could change is maybe the controls a little bit. Like, obviously, these characters are going to control a little differently. So bringing it up with Knuckles is really no different. Like, with Tails, you could say the exact same thing. But, like, the actual controls themselves are fine. Obviously, they're going to control different. Why did I bring this up? I don't know why I brought this up. Point is, there's not really much I would change about Knuckles' gameplay. His gameplay's fucking fine. It's not like an Adventure 2 where there are genuine things that I would change about it. Like, his gameplay's fine on this game. With Amy's gameplay, a lot of people would probably have a lot of changes to make here. And don't get me wrong, I do have changes I want to make with Amy's gameplay, but to be honest, they're only really things that I hear other people complain about, because if I'm honest, I think Amy might be my favorite, like my second favorite gameplay style in the game, obviously behind Sonic. The only character that really comes close is Tails, because his gameplay is fucking great. But I definitely like hers more than I like Knuckles, which is saying something, because I really like the treasure hunting stages in both SA1 and SA2. Like, I don't know, I've always liked Amy's gameplay. So the only real changes I would make is make it a little more obvious that the hammer jump is like. 'Cause people's biggest problem with Amy's gameplay is that she's way too slow. But what people don't realize is it's very easy to build up momentum as Amy. All you have to do is jump, and whenever you land, you'll already be in your max speed. And then you can just use the hammer jump. So while you're running, hit X. Like while you're at max speed, if you hit X to swing your hammer, you will do a hammer jump through the air. It is so satisfying to do. And I feel like if people knew about that, which a lot of people do know about that, but it just makes the gameplay style so much more fun. But I would still increase Amy's acceleration. Not to the point of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles' acceleration. I think it pays to have her acceleration be a little slower. But yeah, I can see where people's coming. I can see where people are coming from, saying that she's a little bit too slow. But aside from that, I really wouldn't change all that much about her gameplay. I think her gameplay is fucking great. Oh god, so here we go with Big the Cat. With Big's gameplay, you need a full-on fucking gameplay overhaul here. Even with me knowing how to control Big's gameplay, I still struggle with it sometimes. Like, I was trying to record 3 levels per character for this video, and I only had to play 1 big stage, and I knew it would be enough to fill the entire thing. And to be honest, I think I may have recorded a little too much for some of these characters, because I don't have all that much to say about them now that I'm actually going to record it. But with Big's gameplay, you're going to need to completely overhaul the controls. Like, honestly, if you want my opinion, make Big's story optional. Like, honest to God, make his story optional. Because all the other gameplay styles, I feel like, even if you don't like them, you can see potential in them. Like, with Amy and Gamma, even if you don't like those gameplay styles, you can probably see some kind of potential in them. So, like, I can see you still have those be mandatory, I'd say, but Big's gameplay, if you're going to bring it back, change it, like completely overhaul the whole thing. Have a tutorial, maybe not a tutorial, but have it be a little more obvious how you're supposed to play him, because that was the biggest problem with Big's gameplay, is it didn't tell you how the fuck you're supposed to play it. So have that be a thing, and also make it optional. Like, don't even have it in the character select screen. Don't even have Big there. Like, maybe have Big as an unlockable, so that when you beat the final story, you unlock Big's gameplay. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Have like a thing, because people, like, let's be honest, Sonic Team know that Big is fucking like a meme in the community. Like, embrace that. How is it that whenever you beat the Supersonic story, have a thing where it's like, for completing the story, you have the ultimate reward, Big the Cat. Like, do some funny shit like that. I don't know. I think that's really the only way you can really make people want to play Big's gameplay. I mean, I personally won't be playing it if this is what they do, but I don't know. I just think that would be kind of fun to do. And for the final gameplay style with Gamma, honestly, I don't really have that much I want to change with Gamma either. Only thing I can really think of is to have it, because Gamma always felt very slippery to me. Maybe have him feel not as slippery whenever he's moving around. But aside from that, I can't really think. The only other thing I can think of to say is have his mode change thing be like at the push of a button. I mean, I know that they were trying to make it feel more like with the other Sonic characters, where when you build up momentum over time. But for a character like Gamma, I really don't think that's necessary. So honestly, maybe just have that be mapped to a button instead of just, you know, building it up over time, because unlike with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, I didn't feel like I was building up speed. I just felt like I was waiting for his speed to go up. So, yeah, that's really the only change I would make with his gameplay. His gameplay style is fucking great. Outside of gameplay stuff, though, the other things we have to discuss, well, the main other thing that we have to discuss is the voice acting. Being both the voice actors, like the cast, and the way it's done, or if they'll even replace it. I do think they need to replace the dialogue from the original game. Like, it's just, that's really one of the only problems with the original game. Like, a lot of people talk about how badly the game's aged because of the dialogue, and I'm gonna do a whole video about the whole Sonic Adventure has aged badly thing, because there's so many points that even people who defend the game don't bring up, which, like, it's ridiculous how people talk about that game nowadays. But the point is, for this video, do replace the dialogue, but don't have the modern cast. Don't have fucking Roger Craig Smith come in and start doing Ryan Drummond dialogue. I think that's a terrible idea. But I honestly don't think they should bring everybody back from the classic. Like, bring back Ryan Drummond for Sonic. Easily. Ryan Drummond will do that, no fucking problem. I think it'd be great to have him back for this. When it comes to Tails, you actually can't... I'm just going to go through all the main characters and say what I think they should do for them. So with Tails, you obviously can't bring back the original voice actor, because the original voice actor's grown up. So honestly, just have Colleen O'Shaughnessy do it. She's a great Tails voice. Or fuck, have Emmy Jones do it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I'd love to hear Emmy Jones do it. But obviously, yeah, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, she's probably the best person for the job, because she's a great Tails. I fucking love her Tails voice. For Knuckles, I don't know. Maybe bring back the original voice actor. I don't know. Definitely don't have Travis Willingham. Is Travis Willingham even voicing Knuckles anymore? Like, I know he didn't voice him in Team Sonic Racing, but was that a temporary thing? I don't fucking know. Dude turned out the exact same as Travis Willingham to me. But definitely don't have the current voice actor do it anyway. I would bring back an older voice actor, whether it be the original voice actor, or maybe not the original, but bring back the voice actor from SA2. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. Or bring back Dan Green. He'd be fucking great. I don't know. Just bring back one of the older Knuckles, preferably the one from Adventure 2. That's what I would do if I were in Sega's shoes. But yeah, it's really bothering me that I can't remember his name. But yeah, have him be the voice of Knuckles. For Amy, I'd say either the original voice actress, I don't remember her name either, or definitely don't have Cindy Robinson. I know Cindy Robinson's done with Amy, but even if she was still voice acting, I definitely wouldn't have her do it because her voice doesn't work outside of Sonic Boom, if you ask me. So yeah, definitely not her. So either the original voice actor or Lisa Ortiz. Honestly, the only two ones I could ever see working. I'd say the original voice actor because, well, why would you bring back Lisa Ortiz? It's kind of the same thing with Dan Green. It's like, why would you bring back this voice actor when they're, one, not working for you anymore, and two, they weren't in the original game? Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just because they're my favorite voice actors for the characters, but I don't know. I'd say bring back the original voice actress if possible, and if not, then go with Lisa Ortiz. That's basically what I'm saying. For Gamma, you can just use the original voice lines. There was nothing wrong with Gamma's voice lines. If you still have the original files, which I'm pretty sure you would, they're in the fucking game files. What I'm not smart. But anyway, yeah, Gamma's voice lines are fine. Like, there's really nothing to change there. And honestly, I think I'm probably going to say the same thing for Big. Like, I mean, if, you know what, no, bring back John St. John and have him voice the Big lines. I think that would be great. His original lines were fine, but if you can, sure, bring them back. I think that'd be fun. Or even have Big's current voice actor do it, because it's basically the same voice. It's like one of the easiest voices to impersonate. So, honestly, either way, I'm fine with that. Like, any of those options are honestly fine, in my opinion. And with Eggman, definitely, look, don't get me wrong, I love Dean Bristow, but don't use the original voice lines. Like, because, I don't know, there's just something about them. They're super cheesy, and I know that Eggman's supposed to be cheesy, but I don't know, I just don't feel like those lines would fit with the other characters, unlike with Big and Gamma, where you kind of feel they're not supposed to fit, because Gamma's a robot and Big is, well, Big. So, but with Eggman, I feel like it kind of, just get Mike Pollock to redo them. Obviously, if Dean Bristow was still alive, I would be saying have him do it, but sadly, he is no longer with us, so yeah, just have Mike Pollock do it. I'd love to hear that, Mike. Well, we've obviously heard Mike Pollock and Ryan Drum and Sonic interact through Sonic and Tails R. You know what? Just have the Sonic and Tails R cast do it would be like the ultimate thing, but that's a lot of people to get on one project. So yeah. Anyway, that's who I think should voice all the characters. That's all we really have to say for Adventure 1, to be honest. Well, that I can think. Oh yeah, another thing I would add is to have Super Sonic be playable in regular levels, and maybe this is reaching a little far, but I'd have a super form for every single character. Maybe not Gamma. I would at least have a super form for Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, because they've all had super forms before, so it makes sense for, like, to put Super Tails and Super Knuckles in the game. At least Super Tails, because Super Tails would work with Tails' gameplay style. With Super Knuckles, I guess that wouldn't really work with Knuckles' gameplay style, but it's just sort of for the sake of having it there. But yeah, I definitely bring in Super Sonic and, of course, Super Tails and Super Knuckles, maybe. And even, why doesn't Amy have a super form? Like, I'd say she's, like, probably the third most important character behind fourth most important character behind Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, so I don't know. At least have Super Sonic in the game is the point, and playable in every single level, because Super Sonic in the mods, whenever I mod him into the game, is fun as shit, so definitely do that. So the last thing I want to bring up is the music situation. So, obviously I don't think there's many copyright problems with the Sonic Adventure music, at least not to my knowledge, but I do want to talk about whether or not they should remix the music. Overall, I really don't think it's necessary. The Adventure 1 music is fucking great, and there's really not all that much you would have to change about it. But I do want to say that it would be kind of cool to have the vocal themes remade. Maybe not Open Your Heart, because last time I heard to remake Open Your Heart was with Generations, and I'm sorry, the Generations mix of Open Your Heart fucking sucks. It's the chorus that ruins that for me. It's just so... But with the character theme, so It Doesn't Matter, Believe in Myself... Oh my god, sorry if you can hear, there's dogs in the background barking at some shit. I don't know, I've had to try and take this line, or this section, sorry. I've got fucking so many times now, those dogs won't stop barking. But anyway, yeah, the character theme, so It Doesn't Matter, Believe in Myself, fucking, what's it called? Unknown from Emmy, My Sweet Passion, Lizzie Days Living in Paradise. Well, I guess maybe Gamma's theme, but Gamma's theme isn't a vocal theme, so it doesn't really need to be done. Plus, that theme's fucking great. I don't know, not to say the other themes aren't great, because they fucking are. I just love to hear, like, redone versions of them. I don't know, I just think that would be kind of cool. It's obviously not necessary, because, as I said, those songs are fucking great. But it would be just, I don't know, it would just be kind of cool to see. Oh, Sonic Adventure 2. My favorite Sonic game ever. And on one hand, I feel like I might have more to say for this, but on the other hand, I feel like I don't have as much to say. It's weird. So, let's get all the non-gameplay stuff out of the way. So, the cutscenes, once again, just use the same voice cast that I suggested for SA1. Obviously, for Shadow and Rouge, you're going to have different voice actors. For Shadow, either bring back David Humphrey. Please tell me David Humphrey was the guy who voiced Shadow. I really hope he wasn't. I'm not fucking that up. Bring him back for Shadow, if possible. If not, go with Jason Griffith. And for Rouge, either bring back the original voice actress. If not possible, just use her current one, because I think Rouge's current voice is fine. So that's really all I'll have to say with the voice actors. For all the others, just use the same ones I said before. So for Sonic, Ryan Drummond. For Tails, Colin O'Shaughnessy. For Knuckles, either the original, just the original voice actor from SA2, or Dan Green if you can't get the original voice actor. Although I think they will, because I do know that in Sonic and Tails R, the original voice actor was going to reprise his role, but then he couldn't for reasons, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get him. And for Amy, then just, as I said, either the original voice actress, whose name escapes me, or Lisa Ortiz. And then for Eggman, just have Mike Pollock do it. But for Shadow and Rouge, yeah, either the original voice actor for Shadow, Jason Griffith if that doesn't work, and for Rouge, original voice actress, or her current one. That's really all I have to say about that. The other thing I want to bring up is the music. Once again, you don't need to remix the music. It would be kind of cool to have it there. Although this goes for both games. Have it be an option, because with Sonic Colors Ultimate, it doesn't look like the music is going to be an option, which is annoying. Okay, again, sorry if you can hear those dogs in the background. They will not shut up. I swear to fuck. But yeah, if they are going to remix all the music, have it be optional. And with the character themes, once again, I would definitely like to see some new character themes. Actually, for Sonic's theme and Tails' theme, I actually say do remix them, because for Sonic's theme, you have the 2014 remix. Just put that in the game. That remix is so fucking good. And for Tails' theme, I'm sorry, that theme needs a remix. Like, that, I really do not like Tails' theme in Adventure 2. It's made well and everything, but the vocals, dude. The fucking singer sounds like she's falling asleep. And this isn't the last time we're going to talk about music. I'll talk about music a little bit more later. I think y'all know what I'm going to talk about, but I'll talk about the music situation a little more after I talk about the gameplay stuff, because that's a bit of a messy situation. But let's start out with Sonic's gameplay. Well, I guess the speed stages, because that's how the game fucking works. Alright, so with Sonic and Shadow's gameplay, the main thing I do want to change is don't have so many moves mapped to one button. I swear to God, they had the somersault, the spin dash, and the light speed dash all mapped to the same fucking button. You had 4 buttons on the controller. And here's the way they had it. And they had the A button be jump, they had X and B both do the same fucking thing, and they had Y change the action that you do. Why did they do it that way? Just have B and Y do separate things. So have the spin dash be mapped to the X button. Have it be instant like it is in Adventure 1 rather than have it be on a delay. Then have B be the somersault and have Y be the light speed dash. Or just swap those two around. It really doesn't matter. Just have that be it. None of this switching moves bullshit. Just use all the buttons at your disposal. Like, my fucking God. Why did they do it this way? So, to be clear, the way that would work is obviously A and the homing attack and the air dash, that shit, is all on A, because that's all fine. Like, that all works. With the spin dash, it'll be instant rather than delay, and it'll be on the X button. The light speed dash would be on the Y button, and the somersault will be on the B button. Or somersault on Y, light speed dash on B, whichever way they want to do it. Maybe have it be an option. Have customizable controls. There's a fucking way to go. That's what they're doing with Colors Ultimate. But aside from that, I really wouldn't change all that much about Sonic's gameplay. It's fine in my opinion. It's fucking perfect, damn near. It's just that was a little bit annoying at times. For the mech gameplay, make the mechs a little bit faster. I personally don't really mind how fast the mechs go. I personally don't really mind how slow the mechs are, but a lot of people do. It's kind of a similar situation to Amy's gameplay from Adventure 1, where I really don't mind this gameplay style, but I know people have problems with it, and I wouldn't be opposed to these problems. Like, just have Gamma Okay, I literally just spoiled my own fucking thing. I do that all the time. Have the Max control similar to how Gamma would control in the theoretical Adventure 1 remake. Have them control the same, because I just think that makes sense. And also don't have it so that whenever you're holding down the button to aim your fucking gun, that it doesn't just beep like somebody just flatlined. I personally don't really run into that problem because I just mash the button instead, but I know that annoys a lot of people, so definitely don't do that. And from what I remember, the fucking Max didn't really have the whole problem with a lot of different things on the one button, so you don't really have to fix anything there. So yeah, the Mac gameplay, a couple small fixes that I feel like would make people like those stages a lot more. And with the treasure hunting gameplay, okay, the main thing is have the fucking radar locate all 3 emeralds at once. That is like the main problem with the hunting gameplay in SA2. I still like the hunting gameplay, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it would have been so much, like people would actually probably like the SA2 hunting stages a lot more than the SA1 hunting stages if the radar wasn't fucked like that. So yeah, definitely fix that, that's the main thing. And when it comes to the controls, I really don't think there's that many problems with the controls here. Knuckles and Rouge control fucking great in those stages. The only real things I can think of to do are maybe to have a button that's dedicated to digging. So rather than having to jump up and then hit the action button to dig, maybe just have like, instead of, because obviously they had X and B doing the same things in the original game, just have B be like a dig button and an X can just be like an attack button. I don't know. I think that would be a kind of cool idea. That's really all I have to say about the hunting stages, because the gameplay styles in this game are actually really, really fucking good, so I don't really have all that many things to change about them, kind of similar to SA1, but obviously there's last ones here, I don't know. And the final gameplay change I would make, it's not really a gameplay change, but I just think it's kind of cool, is to have the multiplayer characters playable in all stages. And you know what, that's not even just that. Have all the speed characters playable in all speed stages. So you can play as like Shadow in City Escape or Sonic in Radical Highway, but you can also play as like Amy and Metal Sonic in single player. Why didn't they do that in the original game? Like, there is a mod, like, if you guys don't mod Adventure 2, or the Adventure games in general, there is a mod for Sonic Adventure 2 called the Character Select Plus mod, which allows you to switch characters for the different stages. I don't know why that wasn't in the original game. Obviously, I don't expect to have every character playable in every level. Obviously, you can't play as like a mech character in a hunting stage. I don't expect that. But have all speed characters in all speed stages, all mech characters in all mech stages. So again, as another example, you can play as Eggman in Mission Street, or you can play as the Light and Dark Chow in the single player. And for the hunting stages, you know, have all the hunting characters in all the hunting stages. Like, it's so simple. I thought that would be such a cool idea. So once again, you can play as like Rouge in Pumpkin Hill or Knuckles in Dry Lagoon. And then you can also play as Tikal in Chaos. I don't know. I think that would be... Why? I feel like that's so obvious that should have been in the original game, or at least in the battle port. I feel like that's so obvious, and it's kind of shocking me that they didn't do that. Like, there aren't many changes. If they did Sonic Adventure Remake, I would genuinely be disappointed if they didn't do. The two that I think I would legitimately be disappointed if they didn't do are this and the Emeralds radar. If they didn't make those two changes, I would genuinely be disappointed in an Adventure 2 Remake. That is the genuine truth. That and the whole Lightspeed Dash situation. I feel like there's actually more that would disappoint me for an Adventure 2 Remake than there is for an Adventure 1 Remake. That's actually kind of depressing. And the last thing I want to talk about, well, I should probably bring up the multiplayer. The multiplayer, you don't really have to change anything. Just have an online multiplayer option is all I would really say. But for the last thing I want to talk about, this is something music related that I said earlier. People, you're not going to like this, but I feel like it's in Sega's best interest to change the Knuckles music. Like, we all love the Knuckles music, like, Unknown from MEV2, fucking Pumpkin Hill. We all love those songs, and those songs are great. But with all the bad publicity 100p has brought himself, and if you want to know, if you don't know much about the 100p situation, Splash Dash has done a video on it which explains the whole situation. Like, 100p's fuck. That dude is... He is not a good person. And I feel like Sega should do their best to disassociate themselves with him. Like, don't work with this man. So what they should either do is, well, first of all, have Knuckles' theme be remade. Just either have somebody else redo 100 piece parts for the Knuckles theme, or just use his Adventure 1 theme. Either one works in my opinion. And for the level themes, either just have the instrumental versions play, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of that idea, but either do that or have the same person you have redo. Well, obviously, as I say, you can either do either or with a main theme. Have somebody re-record it or use the original thing, but have somebody re-record the vocals for the level themes. Definitely do that, because those themes would not be the same without the vocals in them. I'm sorry, there's just something about those songs that I just, especially a Ghost Pumpkin Syrup, like, I swear to God, you cannot fucking, well, obviously they're gonna have to change it, but you can't have those songs without the vocals. That would be a huge fucking disappointment. I'm sorry. Actually, there is one more thing I want to talk about with the Adventure 2 remake, and that's the ranking system. I personally think that the A ranks and shit should be made a little bit easier. Not way easier, not like Sonic Generations and Forces level easy, but maybe a little easier than they were in Adventure 2, because not one Sonic game has ever gotten the ranking system perfect. I think the one that actually came the closest was 06, depressingly. But Adventure 2 didn't have a very good ranking system. Like, the fucking, what you had to do to get an A rank in every single stage was so different. Like, in certain stages it was just getting through it as fast as possible. In other ones it was trying to do a specific thing, like in Metal Harbor with the switch on the rocket. Like, just change that, have it be a little more consistent. Don't have it be like ridiculously easy, like I said. Don't have it be like Generations and Forces, but have it be a little, maybe not a little easier, but like a little more consistent and shit like that. I don't know, it was just really weird the way the ranking system worked in that game. Like, for the speed stages, get through as fast as possible without dying and preferably without getting hit, but do allow the player to be able to be hit like once or twice maybe, but just have it be about, you know, getting through with as many points, as many rings as possible. None of this fucking getting to the top of the rocket, taking certain routes bullshit. With the max stages, just have it be entirely based on how many enemies you kill and how many points you get. Obviously you have the golden robots as well. Obviously those guys are going to be a huge part of getting A ranks. Like, have those guys, I almost say have those guys be required. I think that would actually be a kind of cool way to have the A ranks, or S ranks if they want to do it that way. And for the hunting stages, just have it measure the time between emeralds. I think that's how it worked in the original game as well. Have it measure the time between emeralds and have it be based on that, like your point bonus and all that stuff. And I also kind of want to say maybe they should give a ranking system to SA1, but to be honest, I really don't think Sonic should have a ranking system. I might do an entire video on that at some point, but the ranking system's kind of something I feel like shouldn't be in Sonic games, but I'm not going to really get into that here. As I say, I'll probably do my own, I'll probably do a video on that. I'm sorry for how rambly this video has been, by the way. I should probably start scripting these videos like I do with point by points. But anyway, that has been a very bad and rambly video about how I'd like this, or changes I would like to see made in Sonic Adventure remakes if they ever do those. As I said, I'm so fucking sorry for how rambly this video was. I really do need to start being more, I need to start doing bullet points for these, because I was just kind of doing this off the top of my head. But yeah, I really apologize for this. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Leave a comment in the comment section below telling me what changes you'd like to see and what you think of the ideas I had for changes and stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.